Every day, thousands of children, women, and men struggle, suffer, and die due to the damaging effects of water poverty. But what's perhaps even more tragic is that $1.2 billion has been wasted over the past 20 years alone by charities like ours on short-lived water projects. I'd like to introduce you to Frank. He's a 12-year-old boy living in Bujaga, a community where we built our very first water project 30 years ago, and it's still serving 20,000 people. I met him when he crossed the road, turned on a tap, and stuck his clean cup underneath it and took a drink of water. He's a 12-year-old healthy boy attending a private school just up the road, and he would have had no idea what it would have been like to have to walk to and from the marsh for water like his parents did 30 years ago. Frank and his community are in many ways the picture of an ideal outcome for a charity like ours. There's health, there's education, there's clean water, and there's economic vibrancy. I'd like to also introduce you to Maria. Maria also had a charity come about 10 years ago and put an end to her daily walk to and from the marsh for water. And in a moment, she thought her prayers for clean water had been answered too. In fact, people came from miles around to use this well. But soon she noticed small parts on the well started to break down. And then she noticed that her kids seemed to be getting sick from drinking the clean water. That's of course because nobody taught her that the clean water had to go into a clean jerry can. Nobody also taught her how to build a hand washing station at her home, or why she needed to use soap, or why she needed to build a pit latrine at her home and not just practice open defecation. You know, the bigger picture of health and sanitation. What is most tragic, of course, is that her daughter was assaulted shortly after when she was relieving herself in the forest behind her school, because nobody built latrines for the girls at the school or taught the kids the basics of health and sanitation and safety. The daughter dropped out shortly after that. The well broke just 10 years after it was built, and the dream of clean, safe water has since faded. The hard reality is that for every story like Frank our sector has influenced, we have produced 7 times more stories like Maria's. A few years ago, our charity dug deep into trying to figure out why we were producing some stories like Frank's and some stories like Maria's, and how we could get more stories like Frank's. See, at the time, our all-local Ugandan team had been specializing in building one of the world's most sustainable forms of water delivery systems called gravity flow schemes. And our all-local team had been doing this for 30 years and created this highly specialized skill set, this local knowledge, and this long-term view that's critical for sustainability. But what we discovered as we went back through our past systems and our current ones was a much bigger, more holistic picture that was needed. So we built a framework, we call it the Frank Framework, and we've been testing and iterating on it for the past 3 years on 17,000 people. There's a lot of things that go into it, but at its essence, it's about empowering people to take control of their health and sanitation futures and the systems that deliver it, so that 100% of the clean water can truly reach 100% of its potential. We've been blown away by the results so far, and now we have a bold plan to pivot like never before. See, for the past 30 years, people like you have been helping us transform the lives of hundreds of thousands of people through delivering clean, safe water by building gravity flow systems every single year. But now we think your gift through Axe for Water can go even further. Here's how. We want to go back to our past 30 years worth of assets in the ground and this new framework and experience, and really invest the new technology that's available for gravity flow systems along with this new framework to firstly extend the lifespan of these systems for generations to come, to provide clean, safe water for tens of thousands more kids like Frank. While we're there, we want to empower kids like Frank to take control of their health and sanitation future so that we can influence their futures for the better. And thirdly, while we're there, we want to extend and run branch lines up to brand new communities who've never yet had access to clean, safe water. And we can do that at a fraction of the price because so much of the infrastructure has already been built. With your help, we can reach 100,000 people in just 5 years with this more sustainable, more holistic, more comprehensive way of delivering clean, safe water. We believe there is a better way to deliver clean, safe water to people in desperate need, but we need your help to do it. Look, the water crisis is just too big, too important to tackle with one-off cheap solutions or without your help. Today, I'd like you to join us in a significant and substantial way with either a monthly membership or a pledge. All of the information can be found at givewater.ca. Thanks for watching.